Hello, Facebook and YouTube. Welcome. Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me. I can't do TikTok lives yet. I need to have like 1,000 people to do TikTok lives, so kind of crazy. So, welcome everyone. Yes. Alrighty. Let's get into it. So, a few little announcements to make today. Saturday is the Embolic. I'm going to be having that on Saturday evening. It'll be at 6:30 Mountain Standard Time, and it is $25. So if you are wanting to join me for that, let me know. Uh, it's $25. I also started a new web page. Um, and actually, I didn't just start it, it's been sitting there. It's called Unravel with the Guru Mama at what is it? Weebly.com. It's free. I've had it there for a while. And when I was trying to get back into my square and everything. So it's like a lot of things I haven't used for a while. So I couldn't get back into them for whatever reason. So I started a new square. And with starting a new square, I was able to start to look into putting things up online. And because I have clients in the States that would like to join me and pay, but my pay my PayPal got hacked, which is fine. Which is whatever. There is no money in it. There wasn't anything. I think it was overdrawn in it, so I wasn't too concerned. So, anyways, that I'll be starting a new PayPal account and getting that handled with but before that I started to look into things that I could start, for people to be able to pay, if they want to book an appointment, or they want to pay with their Visa and MasterCard and they don't want to do e-transfer. So yes, there is a pay, like I do have to pay so much for it. That's fine. It's a service. So I this page I had up there, a client a long time ago did it for me. It was free, and it was very kind of her. But so I went on there, and yeah, and so I put up a couple things. I'm going to see if I can put up a couple more things. The Embolic is up there on it. And the Embolic is a celebration of a connection with the womb, because it's bringing light back into the world. And that's what the Embolic is. So, and I'm having that on Saturday at 6:30 Mountain Standard Time. That's Alberta time for people. We also have, if you are wanting to book any readings, so definitely taking bookings for readings. And I have different times for them. I know they're kind of strange, but I am willing to work with people for different times. I do have some evenings opening for people to do readings, because daytime gets really split up with me with a lot of the running around and stuff I have to do with my grandson. So there's that. Yeah, so hoping you all are having a fabulous, fabulous Monday. It was a beautiful sunrise. Sunrise was at 8:18 a.m. This morning. So beautiful, with that sun coming up, and it's going to set at 5:21. So I got so excited because that means the sun's staying up a little longer past 5 o'clock. So sun staying up past 5 o'clock. Hallelujah. We know the sun is coming up back. And that's one of the reasons for doing the Embolic celebration. The Embolic celebration, people make a Bridget doll. They do the cross and stuff, and make the cross with it. Mine's going to be a little bit different. We're going to be talking about planting seeds, connecting with what it is that we are wanting to move forward with. And that's really a lot of the information I've been receiving lately, that if you want to do something, yet fear is setting you back. a lot of fear setting people back from wanting to move forward, wanting to go and do the things that they want to do, or procrastination, or, oh, well, I don't have this and I don't have that, maybe later on. Whatever the excuse is. I mean, we have many of them. I know I do. It's like my grandson wants to do some painting, so I'm going to go to the dollar store today to get some stuff to do some painting with him, and so that we can start creating, instead of me saying, oh, I can't do it, blah blah. It's getting over that hump. Not that I'm a that I'm a teacher for doing art, but we're going to see what we can do and see what we can create, and get some dollar store paint and stuff. So move from there. And then he wants to, like, I have my Scorpio up there. I don't know, you guys can't see it on Facebook. There we go. And so I have a Scorpio one. So I did that, and he wants one for Gemini. So we're going to do a Gemini one, and paint a Gemini one. So that's going to be a lot of fun as well. So we'll see how that turns out. All right. So let's take a look at a few things that are happening in the shenanigans of the planets right now. This week is actually a pretty good week. It is. There's a lot of beautiful, positive energy that's coming in. The key to the energy that's coming in is that you got to do something with it. You can't sit there and do nothing. You can't sit there and just say, "Oh yeah, this feels great." That's not the way it works. It is about really getting out there and doing it and being in the moment and not trying to rush through everything and procrastinate about things. And with the moon in Virgo, it's going to really give you that kind of boost right now to get it. And then it'll be going off course, you know. But as it goes off course, I think what I love about the moon going off course, right, uh, is that you can really take some time to get things done, right? And as you take time to get things done, you can really do some beautiful connecting at that time. And if you want to journaling, I do have um a prompting journal. I know I created one. So if you are wanting that prompting journal, just let me know. It's a PDF and I can send it to you for free. So I do these things. I create things and then they're out there. It's like I went through my files the other day and I'm like, oh my God, I can't, oh, I remember when I did this. And then it sort of sits there. So it's one of those things that I'm just like, okay, got to get back into things. So the other thing is that what is it that it's creating a altar. But the altar that I want to teach and for us to create is one that is going to be an all day one. It's going to be on a Sunday, and I want us to create it through painting and uh stickers and things like that. It is a vision board altar. So I'm going to be teaching how to do a vision board altar. And the vision board altar can be portable as well. So you could take it to wherever if you travel, and you can set up your vision board altar as well. So I want to be teaching a class on that. And yes, it's going to be with painting. So, getting into that, and that's going to be coming up in February. So if you are wanting to join me for a vision board altar, just let me know. The price will probably be around $75 for that. So and then we can connect, and it'll be an all day thing on a Sunday. So let's get going, people. So we have today is the 29th, and we do have Mars in Capricorn, and it's trining over to Uranus. Now, who is Uranus? Uranus is that crazy planet. There's been pictures out from NASA lately on Uranus, and Uranus is bluish color, but it flips its orbit. It flips around. So it's, does things unexpectedly, right? But this is a very harmonious, beautiful alignment about will and drive with rebel and revolutionary. So the thing is that when you have Mars coming in, and the focus is driven and and being tenacity, Uranus adds an element of innovation and expansion and positive change. So this energy of revolutionary and rebellion. So you see that. We're seeing that in the news and that, where it's like a rebellious revolutionary change. We can call in the farmers, right? They want change. They're being very innovative in how they're wanting to do it. Not being violent, but they are letting people know that this is bullshit. And we're not going to take it, so these two can be channeled as a great force for good in our lives and in the world around us, so bringing that energy in for the expansion and change that we like to bring in. It is also that we're able to use this beautiful, amazing astrology in our work and career. So it could be a boosting our finances and our abundance. We have the staying power to do things in a new and innovative ways. So tap into the potent of this energy. So this is a great day. I'm going to throw out the pencil here, the pen, to sit down, write down new things. I've been thinking about, I'm going to write down the vision board. The vision board altar. What is that? Well, I do have a book on it. As I said, I do have these PDFs that I've done years ago, and now I'm bringing them back out. It's time to get active, right? And bring in boosting that finances, right? You want to boost the finances and abundance. So you can do it in so many ways. It's allowing yourself to think of if ideas are coming into you, to write them down. And as we're going into Tuesday at about 2:05 a.m., and that's Eastern Standard Time, Mars in Capricorn squares the mean nodes of the moon, bringing our path of destiny and karma to a crossroads. So the will and God action forces our hands. So things are coming in. Mars is the spotlight of the karmic past where we are stuck. So that brings in fear, that brings in where I don't want to do things. And a lot of this energy you may be feeling beforehand, not necessarily just at that exact time. So it's, you might have been feeling this build up a couple days before and a couple days after. So this energy is coming in, and it is getting us to really look at things so we can move forward. And this is going to, with Mars rules the North Node, which is in Aries, demands agency, action, right? Taking a stand, speaking the truth. So people are going to be coming out, even for yourself, speaking truth, saying this is what's so. Then, with speaking our truth, we have that Mercury and Mars conjunction that happened on the 27th, bringing a realization. Demand we question our path and make changes. So pay attention to where growth edge is a move, and move past it. This isn't about, it's about a paradox. See, we're in a paradox, not a paradigm. The paradigm is still working its way out. The paradox is that we're still in that old, we're moving ahead to something new. Pluto and Aquarius, we're moving ahead, something new. But the paradigm is that he will come back into Capricorn. So there's still things that we still need to clear out. And we have this beautiful energy between now and April. Now, astrologers are going to say May or June. No, I'm telling you, you have until April. I don't give a fuck what they say. So we have until April, because that's when we start to have the eclipses, right? So in that Mercury in Capricorn is making a semi-square over to Saturn. So that's tension, a little bit of tension with how we're, it's not exactly a square, it's sort of a square. And it's bringing in, about our mind and our intellect with the Lord of Karma and the Father of Time, which is Saturn. Mercury being in Saturn's sign is like there's a little bit extra of Saturnian energy that's coming in this week. And this is where, these aspects included with the semi-square to the planet that rules. This could be that we getting serious and getting focused, but there can be a tendency to be pessimistic or depressed and making up excuses, being cynical about the things that we want to do and saying, oh, I can't do that. Oh, that's too much work. Oh, why do I have to do everything? Why can't anybody else do this? I asked this person to do it and they still haven't done it. Well, that's probably because you're the one who has to do it. If you keep asking somebody to do something, to do something, to do something, and they're not doing it or they're coming back with your excuses, stop asking them. Find somebody else to do it. Go in a different direction. Because all you're doing is that you have these rose-colored glasses on, expecting this miraculous thing to happen with this person, and they're not going to do it. They're not. So if you're asking, let's say you got your like your honeydew list, and the honeydew is saying, I want this and I want this done and this done, and it's just not getting it. So maybe you need to get a handyman in there to get it done. Maybe it's where you, and the funny thing is that he may not even notice that it got done or whatever. But it's saying, this is what you need to get done. Or maybe you have to learn how to do it yourself, and putting that on you. And yeah, next thing I hear is like, oh, but I have so much on my plate. Well, so does the other person. So what's going on here? And this is where this energy is coming in. It's like you're saying that you want all of this done, and you want this person to do it, but they have all of their stuff on their plate. I mean, you got to remember that we're each on our own path. You might, even with the children are on their own path, your partner's on their path, you're on your path. But you're expecting those people to come over, even friends, to come over on your path and do it your way now. But when they're not doing that, you get pissed off because they're not doing it the way you wanted to do it. And it causes a little bit of a kerfuffle. That's what's coming in this week, right? So it's about looking at it. And Saturn demands you take off those rose-colored glasses when he's in Pisces, but we still retain hope and see beauty and envision and possibilities. So balance is the key this week, and really looking at that balance, looking at being grounded, connecting with our heart energy is very, very important as well. So as we move forward, that Sun in Aquarius and Neptune in Pisces, creating tensions, conscious self, ego, planet that dissolves ego boundaries. But the astrology can be great for mysticism, inspiration, romance, and creativity as well. But the exuberant tendency to disassociate and be ungrounded, overly idealistic escapism because of the Neptunian energy in Pisces, that Aquarius Pisces are, sometimes what I find, especially with Aquarius and Pisces, um, they may not get along very well. I've seen it in relationships because the Aquarius wants it done a certain way, and we're doing it this way, and I want it done now. The Piscean is like, you want it when? Oh, now. Now? This now? So it can cause a little bit of a tension there, right? So you might be feeling like, I want to get it done now. Oh, but look at this, and get, into some kind of fantasy world. So we don't want you getting, too off track, and really watch how you do your escapism. And escapism can happen in many ways. It could be that you put on a Netflix show, or you get lost on YouTube or TikTok or social media. That's one way. It could be with drugs. You're like, oh, well, okay, I'll just take one gummy. And then the next thing you know, you eat like 3 gummies. The other part could be, it's like, oh, I'll just have a drink, and the drink leads to 2 or 3 or 4. And then you just like, oh, fuck it, I ain't going to do nothing. This is to really watch where your escapism is and your procrastination is. And it can become in many different forms. All right. So really being aware of that and watching how your energy is, and paying attention with what your body's saying, because the ego can easily take over the body, where it can convince you that, oh yeah, you are tired. Yeah, you have worked hard. Yeah, you do need a break. And the other part too is saying, no, let's just move through this. Let's just get going, so you don't fall into the deep depressions and the procrastination. So when we have that's where the escapism can come in, especially with the body and being human is, uh, sort of the key to this all. Wednesday is kind of like we're sort of meshing things together and getting things, feeling it all out, getting things together. It's sort of the hump week. And then we get into Thursday, where Eris comes in with Mercury, making some revealing and unexpected communications or information. So Mercury's coming in, got a communication. It's coming in, squaring up Eris. Now, Eris, when she gets squared, when you're going to push her, she gets a little bitchy. She is the goddess of chaos, you know? And this is happening in Thursday early morning, but it lasts through the day. And with Mercury in Capricorn, it's very linear, logical, controllable. I want it done this way. This is the way I want it. I want it done because I'm in Capricorn. Capricorn does it this way. I don't want any distractions. Eris comes in saying, yeah, you don't want distractions? Well, watch this, baby. I'm going to just push your Legos all over. Whoa, watch it. She's going to upset the apple cart by showing us what no wants to look at. Nobody wants to look at the shit. Nobody wants to look at the bullshit. But you built this great big Lego set, and here I come in, and I'm going to push it over so you look at it. Be extra conscious in communications. You're going to watch, especially this week, even, this, it doesn't happen till Thursday, but you're going to feel a build up till then, right? So be conscious how you're communicating. Don't engage in combat just for the sake of it. If you need to stand, do so. But be sure you're aware of your own shadow, all right? And how that is coming into it. That might be running things from behind the scenes. It's like a program on your computer. Things are running behind the scenes, but you don't see it. And then it comes forward and it causes chaos or disruption or what have you. This is a time to watch out for unskillful expression of anger and rage. But it's also a great time to use your voice and stand up for what you believe in and hold your ground. Balance is the key with this. It's not to be an asshole about things and push things down people's throat. This is about teaching us how to get along, connection, honesty. And people don't like you when you're honest, don't like it when you say things that are truthful. But this is where it's like, okay, you can believe or do or whatever it is, but this is the truth of it, right? It's like, you think you know how to plant a garden and you're just sort of throwing out the seeds. Oh, just let it grow, let it grow, kind of thing. And the guy next to is like, truth is that you won't know what the hell's coming up, and you may pull it and you might think it's a weed. So there's a reason why we do things in a certain order. We have things, even in permaculture, where it might seem like you're just sort of doing things haphazardly or it's just all over the place. But there is structure in it, right? Nature does have structure. Nature does have a way of how it works things out, even though it might look chaotic, right? So looking into it, because there is a balance that comes in. And with Mars in Capricorn, who's going to do that semi-square to Saturn in Pisces, it's going to create some tension as we're coming into Friday with the will and the drive. The weekends get freaking crazy, man. That's where you're going to find a little bit of the Lord of Karma, the Father of Time comes in. Mars is exalted in Capricorn, but it's that will, and the ego can really the ego self can perform well when he's here and about to set boundaries. This is about integrity, responsible, and act with a long, term focus, not just a short term focus. This is looking at your long term. This is looking at where you want to go. And plus, this is the energy of the embolic that is coming in on February 2nd. This is the energy that is allowing us to really see where are the seeds that we are going to plant. Hence, we're having that gathering on Saturday evening. So please let me know if you are wanting to partake in this. This is about exuberance, feeling, repressions or feelings that are held back or exasperated, the desire to check out for any limits whatsoever. So the mastery of Capricorn and Saturn to work hard to fulfill your dreams right now. This isn't about a time to sit back and sort of like, oh, it'll happen one day because I'm sitting back here dreaming about it. And that's that Neptune energy in Pisces. That's that escapism. It's about tapping into that spiritual essence, about that drive, about that energy, about that connection, and allowing for yourself to be inspired to move forward, to work at what you are wanting to do. So many people are like, okay, you know what? I'm going to start my indoor garden. I'm going to be starting to plant my seeds and do whatever it is that I need to do. This is about creating those steps of what are the things that you are wanting to do. So we have this about fulfill your dreams right now for the best results. Start looking at the mastery. Start looking at, okay, what are the steps that I really need to create this? This is really good if you do have a business, is to get the calendar year out. What events happen during the year, especially if you own a business, whatever business is it's coming up, having an understanding of what special things and events that are going to be taking place, during this time. It could be that you have I just got a restaurant or a food, and so knowing what days are celebrated, there's donut day, pop day, all these kind of, crazy days that come up, to, other things that may have relevance to your company, whether it's Valentine's Day. Lent is going to be starting soon. We also have St. Patrick's Day. We have Easter that's going to be coming up early this year. Different celebrations that are going to be coming in, and plus there's other little ones that may be of interest to your to what you do, right? So this is a really great time to get the calendar out, look at how you want to plan it, how you want to really integrate all of these different things. If you work with the Celtic wheel, it could be, oh, okay, because we know every 6 weeks there is something that happens. That's part of the celebration. That's why it's beautiful to work with the Celtic wheel, because you have something else that's coming up. Right now, with the embolic, it's in between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. So we have like these little celebrations in between the equinoxes and the solstice, because they bring forth light. They bring forth something for us to be doing. And that's what our ancients wanted us to be doing, and coming in with that connection. Then we have Mercury, of course, sextiling over to Neptune. And it's at 5:55 a.m., and that's Eastern Standard Time. And I love that it's 5:55, because then I know a time, number, numerology. Not a big, of knowing everything on numerology, but 555 is change. Something is changing. Something's coming in. And this is a planet of communication with the higher heart, a planet of intuition. Mercury Neptune is great for taking dreams, intuition, vision, communication, and communicating with them and working with them in a practical, tangible way. This is about capacity to bridge the mundane with the sacred right now. So communicate. This is a great time for inspiration, for writing, for drawing, for painting, for creating whatever it is. It could be redoing your sock drawer. You get inspired by that, whatever it is. So pay attention to the dreams that you receive at that time, both in the daytime and as you sleep. And then finally, Friday, we have that Uranian energy that's in Taurus, doing a little bit of a quincunx, which looks like a little picnic table, and it's doing it to the South Node in Libra. So that's going to be creating tension between the revolutionary, and the great awakener in the South Node of Karma. Limitations in the past, Uranus in the tense aspect of the South Node. I feel like something's going to be building up, and there's going to be some kind of crazy tension that's going to be happening on the world scene. That's going to be coming in. So something there. So just being aware of that. This is about peacekeeping at any cost and maintaining appearance. So I think some things, of wanting to maintain appearance, that peacekeeping, people wanting to talk about peace, but I feel like there's something that definitely, because of all what has happened on the in the war area and the war that's happening at this time, things are going to be escalating by the weekend, and things are going to start getting a little bit crazier. So this is interesting to note with Uranus in the South Node because they're ruled by Venus. So this does have to do with relationships. This does have to do with partnerships. This has to do with women and the feminine, finances, and our relation and our rational relational dynamics with others. And Uranus can awaken the need to deal with things. So things coming out, things that need to be dealt with. And Uranus can feel like a rug pulled out from underneath us in situations. So we have to be, kept the peace for too long, and we are not willing to change. So the universe has to move us along. So if you're feeling stuck this week and you are not wanting to do it, by the weekend, you're going to find that things can get a little bit chaotic if you're not taking action to make the changes that you need to make in your life, because he'll pull that rug. And Uranus with that semi-sextile to the North Node in Aries, this is about taking actions to speak up, set boundaries. Aries in his highest in his highest agency, which is power to act without needing others to motivate it. Aries are going to get out there and they're going to do what they need to do. Got to remember, Aries is the god of war. He's not going, you could be chatting at him, blah, 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 blah. But they're going to say whatever, and they're going to continue doing what they're going to do, right? Which is the power to act without needing others to motivate them. They're the power of the individual and the people, knowing we have the power via our votes, how we spend our dollars, and the small and the important actions we take every day that has far-reaching impact. So we're going to find that Uranus and doing that semi-sextile over to the North Node in Aries is saying, hey, are you waking up? You have more power and within you than you really realize by how you vote, how you're getting out there. It could be how you spend your dollars. What are you spending your dollars on? What are you buying? Are you buying local or are you buying imported bullshit? This, what we're going to be seeing, and if this escalates even more, especially with China, do you think Costco's going to stay open and Walmart? What are they filled with? They're filled with a lot of stuff from China. So we're going to notice that a lot of things are going to be decreasing on the shelf and taking note of that. So it's important actions that we take every day that has far-reaching impact. So if we start utilizing our dollar to buy local, to buy things that aren't from China, I know sometimes it's very difficult because I know I'm going to the dollar store to buy art supplies for my grandson. It's going to be really hard to do because just it's to buy local stuff, and that is very difficult unless I want to go and buy all French paints and stuff like that, which is a little expensive for an 8-year-old. Just saying. But keep in mind, with Eris on the North Node, and in October and November of last year, that we are heading to Chiron on the North Node in late February and early March. And I'll be talking about more of that. So this is a huge push of activating the full power of the North Node. But first we have to see what the blocks and what blocks us from going there, from moving forward, from not doing the things that we know that we should be doing. And then the South Node is a part of what the blocks us, with people pleasing, peacekeeping. You don't want anything to get crazy, so you try and keep the peace, wanting to keep things beautiful and balanced and perfect. So we do not want to rock the boat and pull back the curtains to really see what needs to be done. And a lot of times that's what we have to do. It's revealing the ugliness that needs to be revealed. And people don't want to see that ugliness. They don't want to see that truth. Because if I see the truth, that means I have to fucking do something about it. So it's like my curtains here. What's behind the curtain? Well, I know what's behind the curtain is because the cat I have cleaned out her box, but it's cleaning out the cat box, right? It's cleaning out things that need to be cleaned. What's in that corner? What's behind that door? What are the things that you need to get rid of that you haven't gotten rid of? Have you cleaned your fridge out? So it's looking at things even within your personal life that need to get done. And maybe it's very difficult. I'm oh, pulling out these cards. They're called the Black Moon astrology cards. Pulled them out the other day. They're quite beautiful cards, but they are aligned to the tarot, which I find quite interesting. So utilizing them, and they tell me what the corresponding tarot card is. So I don't have it all memorized. So I will look into the little book to see where I'm at with some of these. So and I will be teaching some more tarot classes and oracle classes coming up in as we move into the spring energy. So let's pull out the card for the beginning of the week. So let's take a look at what's happening. Jupiter return benefits. So Jupiter return, what a Jupiter return is that Jupiter conjuncts your Jupiter in your chart, depending where you're in your natal chart. So if your Jupiter is in Pisces or Aries or Taurus, it takes a look at what the benefits are. And the benefits, when we have a Jupiter return, it brings in a lot of expansion, can bring in money, windfall, new job, new expansion, raises. With that, it is the Nine of Wands. Let's see if I got that one right. Oh, no, it's not the Nine of Wands. Sorry. Jupiter return. It's the Chariot card. That makes more sense. So it's the movement of going forward, making those choices. It's a major arcana energy. So having a major arcana energy, this is about rewards, profits. But in order to get the rewards and the profits that you want, it's not just sitting. The thing is like, it's not just sitting on the curb waiting. There's action to be done. Jupiter is not going to just hand you the gifts. It's going to say, here you go. If you want to do this, I will help and expand this for you. I will help so that things really align for you if you really want this. And now Jupiter is in Taurus. So this comes to your values of the things. This is about the mundane, the money, the relationships. You want that expanded. You want to do something about it. Well, got to get out there and do it, right? And start somewhere. And don't give a flying shit what other people think. If you are, let's hypothetically say that you've had a string of bad luck, things just went really wrong, and you really need to get back on your feet. And sometimes getting back on your feet is a difficult thing, right? And you're like, oh, I just don't know what to do. And blah, blah, blah. And someone, and you get a job at McDonald's and you're like, oh, I don't want anybody to know I'm working at McDonald's. But it could be the best thing. It could be that all of a sudden you find out, oh, McDonald's does what? It helps me to go to school. It has investment programs. It has all this kinds of stuff for you. You never knew. You thought it was just flipping burgers, but there's so much more there for you. You get some management training from there. And from that management training that you've worked up and worked to allows you to step into something else. Allows you maybe go into a hospitality course and you start learning about hospitality, and then you're able to run a big restaurant, a hotel, whatever it is in the Bahamas. So it leads you somewhere else. That's the kind of benefits that Jupiter will do. And with that, the South Node comes in. And this is about life's debts. What are your life debts? So what are the fears and things that you're hanging on to with all of this? When the South Node comes in, because Jupiter wants to bring in that expansion, but it's not going to just bring in that expansion if you don't want it. It's the 10 of Swords. This is about ending and closing the doors. This is about beginning and a shocking loss. Could be that I want to do this, I've lost everything, but it's lessons not learned and old patterns. The shadow side comes in because you are wanting to expand. You want to try something new, but you are getting held up and you don't want to move forward. You're getting stuck. And with that, definitely want to bring in the stability. You want to bring in the stability of it all. And the stability comes in with that earth element, that sustainability, that Capricorn, that Virgo, the moon in Virgo, right? The Taurus energy. You really want to bring in something that's sustainable. And with that is the Ace of Pentacles, something new, something that is organized, that it's coming into nature. Here it is. It's a doorway that's opening, that's showing you a new pathway. And that's where Jupiter wants to expand with it. But you got to get over your blocks and you got to get over your bullshit in order for you to step into it. And that's going to create the abundance. We're all in this together. Nobody's has it more together than somebody else. It might look like it. They might have a little bit more information, but it's, just to realize that we're all moving in the same direction. We all want to create something beautiful and abundant, not only for ourselves, but for the people around us and the world. Whew! There you guys go. So again, let me know about the embolic for Saturday. Also, let me know if you are wanting a reading. I will definitely get you in. It's different times all over the place. And may the Lord and Lady watch over you. Good morning, Dana. And we will talk to you soon. We'll have a blessed one, everybody. And have a great day. Bye-bye. So sorry, Dana. You just got here and I'm out the door. So have a blessed one. Bye-bye.